All right, this is problem 15 of 303. All right, this is actually, you can do difference of two cubes, but it's better to do difference of two squares, okay? Because you have a perfect square here, 64 is a perfect square, 1 is a perfect square, and you have an even exponent. So you can do 8x cubed minus 1, 8x cubed plus 1, all right, that's a 3. Now you have a difference of two cubes. Because 8 is a perfect cube, that's 2 to the third power, and 1 is perfect anything. So 2 to the third is 8, so I can do 2x minus 1 using the sum or difference of two cubes formula. And you square the first term, so that's 4x squared. Change the sign, multiply those two, plus, and the second one squared. And here, do the same thing for this one. It's 2x, keep that sign, square the first term, change the sign, multiply those two, plus square the second term. Set each factor equal to 0, so 2x minus 1 equals 0. Solve it. So you get x equals a half. The other one is just a sign change, so that's x equals negative half. And this one, they cannot be factored, so I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So 4x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. A is 4, b is 2, c is 1. Remember the quadratic formula starts with the opposite of b, so it's negative 2, plus or minus the square root. You square the b, minus 4 times 1, all over 2 times a. Let's continue to clean that up. So it's negative 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 16 is negative 12 over 8. What is negative 12? We need to simplify the square root of negative 12. Negative 12 is equal to negative 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 2 times 3. So it's negative 2 plus or minus. There's a pair of 2's, and then negative 1, so it's 2i, right? The negative 1 turns into I. Then I have a square root of 3 that's left over, and 8. And you need to reduce this, and when you reduce a fraction that looks like this, you've got to reduce all 3 parts. Right? So there's a 2 common to all 3 parts. And you divide it. It doesn't just go away, right? The negative 2 doesn't just disappear. So it's negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. I'm not going to bother to write 1 because I have an I root 3 there. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. And that's that part. Now, the other trinomial, the only difference is the middle term, and it's only a sign change. And remember, that's b. So the only thing that's affected is this first part. Now, you might say, well, there's a b in here. But I square it, so if it's positive or negative, it becomes positive. What I say is, if I square a negative 2, it turns into a positive 4. Okay? Okay, so now, I'm going to do 4. So the only thing that changes is this negative 1. So that's going to be 1 plus or minus I root 3 over 4. Okay, so there's 2 answers there, and there's 2 answers there, and I have 1 answer here and 1 answer there. So let's just list it near each other. So it's 1/2 plus or minus 1/2. So that's 2, 4, 6 answers, and I was expecting 6 answers. Okay, all right. Now we got number 1. This is from 304. Here, first thing you want to do is factor out a common factor. And that's the most common error for students, is to not take that step. So there's if all of them have a variable, that means you got a common variable. Okay. So I'm going to take out an x. So that's going to be x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20 equals 0. Okay. Now, we've got groups, so we're going to take out in the groups. I'm going to take out an x squared, so that's x, okay, that x is just coming for the ride, so it's going to be x squared, x plus 5, right? So all I did was group those two together, took out the common variable of x squared. Now remember, if the middle term is negative, you always got to take out a negative. There's a common factor of 4, that's going to give me x plus 5. Now, So I'm going to take it, there's a common factor of x plus 5 now. So I'm going to take that out. So it's x times x plus 5. When you take x plus 5 out of here, it's going to leave me x squared. When I take x plus 5 out of here, it's going to leave me negative 4. Alright, so each factor equals 0. So that one's done already. X plus 5 equals 0. Subtract 5, subtract 5. I got x equals negative 5. X squared minus 4 equals 0. So x squared equals 4. X equals plus or minus the square root of 4. But that's just 2. Alright. Okay, and that's it.